Our public television station, WTTW, created a half-hour series of magazine format shows to promote the arts in our town. We were pleased early on to be selected to be part of that series. This is a feature they did on us called Pint-Sized Puccini.
They call me Mr. Chicago now when I go to New York. At all the dance events, they go, "Oh, here comes Mr. Chicago." The whole world is focusing on us. Is the Joffrey going to make it as the Joffrey Ballet of Chicago?
I was introduced to puppetry by an aunt, taken to the opera when I was 7 years old.
Hectic, tiring, long hours. I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world.
Forgers fake it, the taxes take it, the dying leave it, heirs receive it, thrifty save it, misers crave it.
When I came on the scene from my construction job, knowing nobody in Chicago, most of the poets I met back then were very pompous, pretentious people. You know, and like any Chicagoan, you know, when somebody stands in our way, hey, we're going to do it ourselves.
Opera in Focus exists primarily to introduce young people and adults who may never see music drama to the form of opera. I was introduced to puppetry by an aunt, taken to the opera when I was 7 years old. Then I had the opportunity to go to work at the Kungsholm Scandinavian restaurant, and they had a complete miniature opera. And it became apparent to me that that was pretty heavy stuff to take, and that a performance of about an hour was much more palatable. So that's what we do. And not only that, then we bring everybody backstage on a tour, and they get to see where we do it, how we do it. The man that works with me most of the time is Paul Guerra. Paul co-directs with me. He designs and he builds all the costumes. He's a superb puppeteer.
If I can use the word pantomime, that's what we're doing with the puppet. I think it is Mirella Freni who said that she would never do the role of Madama Butterfly anymore because it was so draining on her emotions. Well, we do highlights of Madama Butterfly, and when you read the libretto and you know what she's saying and doing, it can get very emotional.
Then there was a young man who came to us by the name of Mark Boudreau the first week that we were open. He wrote and said he was coming back to see the puppet opera again, and we invited him backstage, and one thing led to another. We began to train him as a puppeteer. Now he's 15, finishing his first year of high school. And then Will Harder, who is a long-time friend from my work in the motion picture industry, and he is a professional musician. He works our little conductor, Toschi, who's patterned after Arturo Toscanini. But he has a major background in audio-visual work. So when we decided to do rear projection here for the Pops at the Puppet Opera with Jeanette McDonnell and Nelson Eddy, we turned to him, and he gave us fabulous advice.
Bill's passion for it, of course, excites us. He motivates us. He tells us, we're going to be doing this new scene like Thais. We've been rehearsing it now for 6 months almost. Costumes, the scenery, what are we going to do? How are we going to make this vision really hit the audience with impact? All these things motivate us not only to learn the libretto and the music, but the costuming, the lighting, the design, all that for 12 minutes of performance time. So it's all worth it. Hectic, tiring, long hours. I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world.
Over the proscenium is not only for amusement, and that's exactly what we mean. You may enjoy yourselves, but we're trying to show you something a little beyond just fun.
For more information about the events featured on this program and other cultural activities in the Chicago area, and for a free guide to Cultural Chicago, call 1-800-2CONNECT. Visit Artbeat Chicago on WTTW's website at WTTW.com.
I guess that pretty much wraps it up. I hope those videos have answered a lot of your questions. You can also visit us on the internet at operainfocus.com. And of course, anytime you're in Chicago, we'd be very happy to have you at one of our performances, live and in person. Thank you.